Hey guys, welcome back. And yes, today we'll be staring at a artillery gameplay. And I'm just gonna stay here, place this artillery game here, and I want to talk about something. And it's about money. Now, yes, we know this game is being plagued by premium rounds, puppets like me who are driving to the borders of the line because stupidity. I'm not sure what I did there, but money. It's been a global issue ever since, and even to people that like me, who has no work now and is thinking of how can I earn money, something like that. And here we are. Yeah, the reason why I want to talk about money is because earlier today I went to the what do you call this? The government services in SM North. Basically, here in the Philippines, we have government services, something like that, where you can get your government IDs, get some of your birth certificates and other stuff processed for verification purposes. And I was there planning to get my PhilHealth, which PhilHealth is actually here in the Philippines some kind of ID for your health stuff. So if you got a PhilHealth ID, you get discounts on some medical stuff. So that's considered as a secondary valid ID. So it's not totally the 100% valid ID. And the other one that I got today, or supposed to get today, was the postal ID for postal stuff. But it's considered as a government ID, which is a valid ID. But it's not totally. It totally can't be used with what do you call this? A lot of the stuff that requires it. So basically, the reason why I'm getting these two IDs is for my birth certificate, because they changed the birth certificate from NSO to PSA, and my birth certificate is still NSO, which is the outdated what do you call this? The outdated birth certificate. But in the Philippines, if you have the NSO and you don't have the PSA, you really recommended to get the PSA because government stuff. So I was there lining up for the postal ID, and I got my requirements. So before I went to the government services station, I searched the internet for the requirements, prepared all of the documents and my IDs and whatnot, school IDs, something like that, and I went to the government services, prepared so that my process will be fast. Now, the first thing that I lined up there was the postal ID. So I was there standing in the postal ID. I noticed that the PhilHealth line was so very long as compared to the postal ID. So I was like, okay, then why not go to the postal ID first before going to the PhilHealth line because it's so long. So I was there going to the PhilHealth ID. No, no, not the PhilHealth. To the postal ID, and there was an old lady there. She was so what they call this. She's so nice of asking me, you want to get an ID? I was like yes, and I passed all of the requirements like proof of billing and photocopy of my birth certificate, and what they call this, the online copy of the form that I filled up during my time preparing before I go to this government services area. And the process was so fast in filling up. She asked me some questions like, "Is this your permanent address?" and "Is this your proof of billing? Is this legit?" Something like that. And well, it was fast. It was fast. And then I filled up some form. I signed some signatures and whatnot. And then the lady told me, "Okay, then you have two choices. One, you paid 504 pesos, which is like $10 US." $10 US, and then you wait for your ID to be delivered to you within 15 working days. Or you can pay a fee of 700 pesos, or no, not 700 pesos, it's 600 pesos, I believe, I forgot. 600 plus pesos, which is like $12 or $13. I think it's $12 US. $12 US, so $2 more, and then you get your ID by tomorrow. And I was like, holy, oh man, I need to pay more so that my ID would get processed. Now, here's the thing. I was wondering, if I'm going to pay the regular fee of 500 pesos, I would get the thing within 15 working days. Meanwhile, if I went to the rush option, which is pay more, and you get your ID by tomorrow, uh, you get the ID by tomorrow, but you pay more. So I was wondering, what the hell are they doing in the office with the postal IDs? I mean, if there is an option within 15 working days of you getting the ID, or two, or a date, or tomorrow you can get the postal ID, I don't understand. How does paying more, like, how does paying more money that was a good shot on the STA too. Anyways, how is it that paying more money makes the process more faster? I don't understand. Are the people working in the postal ID company are robots? So that when you pay them more money, they work faster? Or is it that hey, bribe us $2 more, and we will make the process more faster? If you like that, I don't know. I don't work in the postal ID services, but I mean, here's the thing. Okay, then I have no choice but to pay for the 500 pesos or the $10 postal ID service because I'm a cheap bastard because I don't have work now. And they took a picture of me, got all of my fingerprints and whatnot, and the girl there and the cashier told me, okay, then here's your receipt. Here's the number of the postal services. If the ID doesn't get to your house within 15 days, just call us, and you need to wait for another 2 to 3 days before within following up you get the item that you're looking for. And I was like, oh. And then here's the thing: when I went for a line on the PhilHealth, the guy there just told me, okay, present your valid IDs, your birth certificate, and then the copy of the NSO that you filled up at your house. And then I gave it to them, and the process was fast. He just let me sign the PSA copy, or the NSO, or the form that I filled up, and after 5 minutes I got the ID, and he told me, okay, look at the information, if it's all legit and whatnot, and if there are any errors, you can say to me. And I look at the thing, and I told the guy at the cashier, okay, there's no problems, the ID is fine, I don't have any complaints about it. And then he told me, okay, why are you still not leaving? He asked me that. I was like, I don't have to pay for this one? He told me, yes, it's free. And I was like, what? You can get the PhilHealth absolutely free. Within 5 minutes, you already get your valid ID. Meanwhile, the postal ID services, God bless the people in the postal ID services. I never understood why the why does I don't understand. I mean, yeah, maybe if you guys work at government offices, you might want to explain to me why does if you pay more on postal ID, you, you get the ID faster. Meanwhile, if you don't pay enough, you need to wait 15 working days for you to get the postal ID. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the PhilHealth ID, I got it within 5 minutes, and the postal ID, I waited for the receipt for like 30 minutes before I got the receipt, and I need to wait 15 working days now for me to get the postal ID, so that I would have two valid government IDs, so that when I apply for some other stuff like passports and whatnot, or my birth certificate, or my NBI clearances, I got some valid IDs. And yeah, I mean, what's the takeout in this video? The more you pay, the more you get the service. Just like in World of Tanks, the more you spam the premium rounds, the more you become a unicum, and penetrate all of your shots and don't miss, because shell velocity on the APCR and premium rounds, more damage on the hash on the premium rounds. I mean, if you're going to get a takeaway from this video, it's just that if you have more money, you win.